Welcome back to WesPregame. I'm joined now with Sarah Koppelkam, who, as I mentioned, is a coxswain on the men's varsity crew team. Sarah, what's it like? You know, you're a woman, but you're on the men's team. How does that? And you just started this year, so tell me a little bit about
I
that.
just joined the team this winter. This is my first season on Wesleyan Crew. I'm a sophomore, but I did it all 4 years in high school, coxing women, so it's definitely a little bit different. But you know, everybody assumes that I'm dating all the guys on the team, and it's really not like that. They're just my teammates, and just like any other teammates, you really have to respect each other and work with each other. So it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, well, in case our viewers don't know, what does a coxswain do?
You know, first most important job of a coxswain is steering the boat. The guys can't see where they're going, so I have to steer the boat and, you know, give them information about where they are, how much farther they have to go, what crews they're beating. On top of that, I'm like a coach that sits in the boat. I give them technical advice, what they can do to make the boat go faster. And my favorite part of it is motivating them, especially during races. I have to say things to get them pumped up, make them want to go faster, and do that extra thing to win the race.
What's one of your favorite pump-up phrases?
Well, you know, people always ask me what I say in the boat. Sometimes I swear a lot. You're not really supposed to do that, but it helps. You know, it's just a lot of fun coming up with new ways to do something to make them go faster. You know, it's fun to come up with something to say that's really going to speed the boat up, so that's been a lot of fun.
So crew is a two-season sport, and you joined not only, you know, your second year, but also in the middle of that season. How has your transition been into, you know, integrating this new team and meeting everyone?
Yeah, well, I joined in the winter, which is when they're still doing indoor training, captain run training, and that was definitely helpful because I got to spend a lot of time with the guys while they were still in the ergs. You know, just hanging out with them at practice, getting to know their individual styles, their weaknesses, their strengths, and just going to dinner with them after practice. But yeah, it's definitely just, I've had to really jump in and get to know everybody. But
well, as a coxswain, you're not rowing the boat, but you are, you know, you do have a certain workout regime. What are you doing that's different from what the guys are doing to stay in shape?
Well, you know, part of being a coxswain that's really hard is that you're a varsity athlete, but you don't actually do anything. So I try to run on my own. I've always been a runner, so I do that on the side.
Yeah, I hear you're running a half marathon later this year.
May 5th.
Looking forward to Cinco de Mayo. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so the team has done really well these past few races that they've been in.
Right.
What would you count that to?
You know, I think just top to bottom, the team's really committed. We've got some great seniors who just really set the tone for the whole team, and then all the way down to the freshmen, a lot of really strong freshmen. So I think top to bottom, from the first boat to the fourth boat, everybody's really trying and is competitive to get into that first boat, which helps a lot.
And what have some of your favorite moments been from this season so far?
Well, you know, just last weekend, seeing everybody from the first boat to the third boat win their races and come out on top of a race that we haven't always won in the past makes me really excited to see what happens the rest of the season.
And you went with the team on the beginning of their season, really, when they went to Florida over spring break.
Yeah.
What was that, you know, the all of a sudden 24/7 contact like?
It got a little weird. You know, a bunch of guys together in Florida 24/7 for 11 days. You know, they worked really hard down there. It's exhausting. They're doing 2-a-days every day. Pretty much just eat, sleep, row. And I respected that a lot. It definitely brings us into the season with an edge, being able to row down in Florida.
And what are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Well, we have a race coming up against Williams, a home race, not this weekend, but next weekend, which hopefully some people from Wesleyan will come out and see. And that's going to be really great because Williams is one of our rivals. And then just moving forward, seeing how the guys do at ECACs and New England's is going to be really exciting.
I talked a little earlier with some of the other athletes on our show today about, you know, Little 3 rivalries and NESCAC competition. It doesn't seem like that's as big of a factor in the crew, you know, lifestyle. It seems like some of your bigger opponents aren't necessarily NESCAC teams. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm just coming onto the team. I'm still getting a feel for who our rivals are, who we're really competing against, but Williams is definitely one of the big ones. It is a little different, though, because a lot of different schools race in crew races, and a lot of our races are dual races, but some are 5 teams at a time, so it's just a different dynamic.
Is there anything that's surprised you the most that you've learned about the crew team since joining?
That's a good question. You know, I think just how hard the guys on the team work. Going from a high school team to a varsity team at a college is just a total difference. Just the amount of time that they put in, the amount of mileage that they row every week, and just all that goes into it is really impressive. So,
awesome. Well, thanks so much for being on our show today,
Yeah.
Sarah.